Well, let's stay with our top story, Ukraine. Well, Sovsun is a Ukrainian MP and joins us now from Kiev. Thanks ever so much for coming on the programme. First of all, talk us through, what's it like in Kiev at the moment?
Well, about half an hour ago, we had yet another air raid alert. So that means that the Russians have set up yet another missile in direction of Kiev. We hope that our air defense system will function and will hit the missile, but we never know, and that is coming our way right now. Again, as we speak, I'm hearing some sounds of explosions northwest of the city. We do not know which side is setting those explosions, but I believe that that is just the sign that there are major battles still taking place northwest of the city. Ukrainian army has regained control of the city of Irpin, but other cities around Kiev from the northwest, like Bucha and Hostomel, are still a contested territory. So I believe what I'm hearing right now are the sounds of the battles for those territories. And the situation in Kiev is, well, the city itself is very quiet. There are hardly any people on the streets, and it's just very unusual, the situation we're in, let's put it this way.
It's unusual. We are into the second month of the invasion. How is morale among the people that you've been meeting?
Well, the morale is as high as it was. I would say that it is actually growing, because with every single death we learn about, with every single rape case where we know that the Russian soldiers raped Ukrainian women, with every single missile strike that we hear, we just realize that this is the level of evil that we are dealing with, and we have to fight back. So people are not willing to surrender, and actually this mood that we should keep on fighting until we win is actually growing with every day, no matter how terrible the atrocities that Putin is doing here are.
I'd like to get your reaction to what's been happening in Istanbul, the peace talks. There seems to be some sense of optimism coming out of those.
Well, I wish there was an easy or, well, at least some diplomatic solution to the problem. But from what we are hearing, I'm rather pessimistic about those results, because we hear that there is some talks about neutrality. Well, I will remind everyone listening that we were officially a neutral state in 2014 when Russia annexed Crimea and started the war in Donbass, which killed 14,000 Ukrainians. And then also, as leading from those talks, we hear that the question of Donbass and the question of Crimea will be decided upon separately. So that means that there is no solution on those issues. And that means that even if we have a deal right now, we will have no guarantee that we will not get into yet another war in month, year, 5 years, or 10 years from now. And that means basically that, well, my son will inherit this war as well. And that is probably the worst case scenario, is having this frozen conflict, which can erupt any second.
So let's talk then about the international help that's being offered to Ukraine. What's missing? What more would you like to see happening?
Well, first of all, I want to thank all the countries that are providing help. It is extremely needed, particularly the support for our military. I believe the whole world can now see that we do have one of the most professional and one of the most committed armies in the world. And they're putting the weapons that they get into very good use. We are seeing that we have destroyed almost half of the Russian tanks that have come here to invade Ukraine. And that is because we received lots of anti-tank missiles from the West that was supporting us. But what is missing are the long-range weapons that will help us destroy Russian artillery. If we had that weeks ago, we would be able to destroy the artillery that was destroying the city of Mariupol and would save thousands of lives over there. And then, of course, the second big issue is the anti-aircraft weapon and also the fighter jets, because the biggest threat for us is coming not on the ground right now, but from the sky. We wake up every single morning and we hear that the Russians have hit yet another residential building in one of the cities or towns around Ukraine, which has killed yet another family, another child. And that is why that is extremely needed, so that we can continue providing help and support and saving lives here of Ukrainians.
I'd love to carry on talking to you more, but unfortunately our time is up. An absolute pleasure talking to you. Thanks for your insight. Sovsun,
Thank you so much.
Ukrainian MP.
Thank you.